Welcome to the Compass Audiocast. I'm your host, Hawa Kambian. Prepare to revisit the compassionate wisdom many of us heard in our youth so that we can mindfully apply it to reimagine a future of work that we can all shape for the better. Hello, lovely listeners. Thank you for being back with the Compass Audiocast. Thrilled to have you here today as we jump into another episode. So let's get it. Be not afraid of going slowly. Be afraid only of standing still. A Chinese proverb. So when I was younger, this quote might have been a reminder to have patience with myself as I learned something new. But as I've grown, especially through my work in organizational coaching with professionals across Africa, it's taken on a deeper meaning about progress, perspective, and growth. So back when I was a child, going slowly felt like falling behind, quite frankly. I thought success was a race and any delay was failure. But even then, I had moments where I could see that persistence and steady effort did make a difference, right? Whether it was in school projects, sports, or even going through the process of learning how to tie my shoes. When it comes to the workplace, and fast forwarding to connecting with professionals and organizations, I see this mindset echoed in career development. In Africa, so many of us have been given a frame that there's one specific pathway to success, and that we have to excel at everything to even stand a chance. This narrative can make people feel stuck, exhausted, and frustrated when they don't see immediate results. But here's what I had to learn, that the goal isn't to rush through a rigid pathway. It's to align my career with what genuinely excites me, challenges me to grow, and allows me to make a sustainable and meaningful impact. And I've definitely been there. Earlier in my career, I struggled so hard to define that intersection where my growth and the company's goals connected. And in that state of having such limited internal awareness, it played into having challenges with being able to navigate my external career and relationships with the confidence of what I actually wanted, right? And that lack of confidence led to me saying yes to more than I was capable or interested in handling. It led to inconsistent growth at times while I was dabbling in too many varied areas. And it also often meant that there was repeat use of the same skills that I received whatever value or recognition for, right? So for example, I would get the feedback, oh, you take such good meeting notes, so why don't you attend the next 5 meetings we're having so you can take more notes and more notes and more notes. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that these messages can reach and support professionals and leaders as they build healthy and aligned cultures. So thankfully, we have moved past such a time, and I'm here now with you all running this podcast and focusing much more clearly and intentionally on leadership. However, let's talk about what the current reality looks like for a lot of professionals out there, right? So in many African households, educational institutions, and organizations, we've inherited a narrative that tells us there's one way to succeed, right? That there's one clear, linear pathway to leadership. The idea that individuals must excel at everything to advance, and that a culture will reward you being busy over you making meaningful progress. And this mindset doesn't just create stress for individuals. it also limits the potential of teams and organizations. When people are rushing to meet unrealistic expectations, the result is often burnout, shallow impact, and funnily enough, stagnation in the areas that matter most. And this is important for leaders because our role as leaders in organizations is not just to set goals. It's to create environments where people can grow in ways that are sustainable and aligned with their strengths. So here's what happens when we don't do that. You get talent misalignment. When employees feel that they have to be good at everything, they spread themselves too thin and underperform in areas where they could truly excel. We get good old burnout culture. Speed and constant movement lead to exhaustion, in case you didn't know, which ultimately reduces creativity, innovation, and morale. Some very key building blocks for productivity and growth. And then lastly, we get shallow development. Because honestly, without the time for reflection and intentional growth, skills are developed superficially to firefight problems in a very reactive and responsive way, rather than being built deeply with a proactive, forward-looking, succession planning mindset and model within the organization. But when we're able to encourage thoughtful, intentional growth, the outcomes are truly transformational, not just for individuals, but for the organization as a whole. So some of what I've learned through organizational coaching with individuals and teams is I've seen the incredible impact of shifting from a speed-focused culture to one that values alignment and intentional growth. And when we're able to do this, employees find clarity about what excites and challenges them. Teams start building on their individual strengths instead of chasing unrealistic, all-encompassing expectations. And organizations unlock deeper, more sustainable contributions from their people. This isn't about slowing down progress. It's about moving in the right direction with confidence and purpose. Is your organization struggling with challenging dynamics that hinder collaboration and sustainability? At HKC, we support you to align your team towards development and change so that you can achieve a balanced and enriching environment that allows you to focus on growth. Visit our website for more. So let's discuss how to build a culture that aligns with growth. As leaders, we can help our teams move beyond the fear of standing still by fostering a culture that values thoughtful progress. First, normalize reflection. Create space for your teams to pause, reflect, and adjust. This isn't downtime, it's growth time. It's where the alchemy of iteration really creates value and where people can come back with thoughtful recommendations and ideas that you might even say carry an energy of innovation. Second, encourage small steps. Celebrate incremental progress, not just the big wins. Small, consistent improvements lead to lasting impact. And that's something you tend to see when you're taking the time to invest in someone's progress and development in the long term. Third, model intentional leadership. As a leader, show your team what it looks like to prioritize thoughtful decision-making and balanced growth, which in a sense means make sure that you're showing up for yourself as a leader and getting the support you need to improve, and model that for your team so that we continue the loop of normalizing positive behaviors. Organizations that prioritize intentional growth over relentless speed See benefits like higher employee engagement and satisfaction, better alignment of individuals and organizational goals, and a culture of innovation, resilience, and collaboration. When teams feel supported in their unique growth journeys, they move forward with confidence and clarity, and the organization thrives as a result. So let's come into our wrap-up today, reflecting again on our quote, "Be not afraid of going slowly, be afraid only of standing still." Ultimately, I'm so passionate about creating impact by enabling organizations to dig deeper into the connections that they have and into supporting individual people's development, and then bringing that together at a collective stage at the org level or even the community level. And it's so fascinating to see how people light up and get excited when they're able to use their knowledge in new ways that drives their own sense of accomplishment and confidence. And inevitably, it trickles down into benefit for what the organization is doing and where the organization is growing. As a leader, your ability to embrace this mindset can transform your organization. It's not about rushing to check every box. It's about creating an environment where thoughtful, aligned growth is celebrated. Thanks for tuning in to the Compass Audiocast, where we bridge past, present, and positive for the future of work. Please like this post if you found it useful, share it with someone who may need to hear it, and subscribe if you want to be notified when the next one comes out. Let's work together on your professional well-being and your organizational culture for more positivity, sustainability, and collaboration for the future of work. How are you building a culture that encourages meaningful growth in your team? Let's talk about how leadership coaching can support your organization's journey. Thanks, and I'll see you on the next one.